Check out this.
I need 4 cups of potatoes.
Well, it's been kind of a lazy day. Just been chilling out at the campsite, enjoying the view, playing with Hibbert a little bit, and yeah. We had some visitors, some kayakers came by in the morning. They're probably looking for a campsite. It was a little wavy out there, not quite as bad as yesterday though. And then probably about an hour and a half ago, I think it's a fishing boat came by, a big commercial vessel. Probably about 40 feet, 50 feet, something like that. I don't know. I have to look at my camera footage when I get home to see the name on it, figure out if it's a fishing vessel, or if it's like a shuttle for kayakers. But it was neat to see them come in, and kind of scared Hayward a little bit. It's pretty noisy compared to our environment, eh? So, but yeah, we were. I think we need to gather a little bit of wood because we're going to have a fire again tonight. We're going to make some homemade dehydrated shepherd's pie. We had it our first day there, but it was just rainy and stuff. Didn't get the camera gear out, but today we might show you folks how we put it together and how delicious it is, because it's really good.
We're gonna do it over a fire again, just to compare it with the chili too, to see which one we find is the preferred one.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit better with the fire because you can like simmer for a little bit longer than just using alcohol stove where you got a set amount of time. So yeah, that's why we're consuming fuel that way. Beautiful day though.
It is. It's a gorgeous day. Pretty calm. A little bit of wind here and there, but it's fairly calm today. We have a lot of wildlife in this area as well. A lot of squirrels, and we found out little mice, I think is what they are, or shrews.
Shrews, yeah.
Or shrews is what they could be. They're really fast, so it's really hard to tell what it is because we can't get a quick look at them. But they are everywhere. They scared us a couple times last night because we didn't know what was coming at us. We look and we're expecting something big, but it's the tiniest little shrew.
Sometimes I think small things sound bigger in the woods than big things.
They do. They move a lot more of the sticks because like they're so small.
You have to go through
right?
it.
Yeah, go through it. So you just hear everything.
That jumping mouse, my first overnight by myself, and I was just sitting there and I was just like, I was like.
Well, when we camped before, I got scared by one of them. It jumped in the air like 6 feet, and I got scared, and it got scared, and we both ran away, and we're like, what was that? They're cute. They're just like little balls with big legs.
Yeah, they can jump about this high, I'd say, maybe even higher, but that's neat. Little kangaroos. The squirrels have been teasing Hibbard, though. The one, like, it was up in the tree, and, like, it just stayed there looking at her. Just looking at her, and she was looking at it. And
I think it was contemplating if it had a chance to fight her.
Yeah. I noticed a lot of squirrels are fighting. I know they always fight, but there's a lot of them fighting, I've noticed. I wonder if they're doing some sort of mating thing or fighting for territory, but they're all...
Could be fighting for territory.
They're all full of testosterone right now.
Yeah, they're all spunky. We've seen some amazing squirrel leaps, like jumps where I thought that, like, I looked away because I thought I was going to watch a squirrel commit suicide. Just like there was like, it was up in the tree and it just went, and I'm like, oh no, and it probably fell a good 10 feet before it reached another branch, and then it fell off that branch and hit another one, and then it peeled. But they're like little flying saucer things, them.
It was neat watching its tail because it was like in the air. It was like twitch before it got there, almost like Mario with the raccoon tail.
Like Sonic. Made me think of Sonic, the one that has squirrels.
Oh, Tails?
Yeah, Tails. There you go, squirrels.
Squirrels.
Yeah, squirrels. I don't know. I didn't play it that much.
The squirrel with 2 tails.
Yeah, Tails.
Oh, you want to get some wood?
Yeah, I guess we should get some wood.
We should get some wood. Yeah, nice little fire.
Before it gets dark.
Definitely overpacked food. Like, not the suppers and stuff, like they're a little bit big, but like...
breakfast.
More breakfasts and Cliff Bars than we needed, so... I was hungry when I packed. I read Kevin Callahan's book about backcountry cooking, and it says not to pack when you're doing these trips when you're hungry, and I was hungry and didn't listen to him, and should have listened to him, actually.
I wasn't hungry, but I just took his word for it of how much we were going to eat, so that's why I have all of my breakfast, so... I think I've lived off of Cliff Bars the whole time, like for breakfast. They're just so easy. That and our little veggie fruit snack bar things that we buy kids treats, and those things are amazing.
Yeah.
You get your vegetables, you get your fruit. It just tastes like a fruit snack. It's awesome.
They are good. I would take them out of the food bag, but let's see. This is our last night, and there's some other stuff in here too besides food, the smelly things. But yeah,
dog food, everything.
Our garbage is in here too, dog food. But yeah, it's still a lot. I don't know if I can fit this much in my stomach in 24 hours. You know?
Although a big bag of that is the dog food.
Yeah, there's a lot of dog food.
We overpacked her food, but we thought she'd be more hungry than what she is, but she's still eating pretty much the same she would at home.
Yeah.
It hasn't really changed for her.
I think I had in my mind that it was going to be like doing a long trail where we're going to be putting 8 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And like, you know, especially like the southern part of the trail, because it's just so rugged and you have to like go quick if you want to cover ground.
Yeah.
Even though you aren't going quick, but you're burning a lot of calories every day.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the dog.
Yeah. And I thought we were going to stop for lunches during the day of hiking, but we ended up getting to the places quick enough that we didn't really have to do that.
No.
Although it was nice to have dehydrated hummus. I haven't shown anybody the dehydrated hummus.
It is so good.
Oh, really good. And it was nice because when we got to Warp Bay, it was just raining. And like as soon as we got there, it started raining, so we busted out the tarp really quick and hung it out. And then we just kind of sat in the ground with our packs underneath, so we didn't get too soaked. But we didn't have much room for a stove or anything, so we made some hummus. You don't need a stove to mix it together. It's just cold water and dehydrated hummus. And then we had that under the tarp, and that was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, instead of crackers, we brought naan bread because it was easier, and they're better than like regular like buns and that because they can keep their shape. You can squish them.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's like a pita kind of, yeah, like
flatbread.
that flatbread style. And it's amazing with it. It's so good.
Unleavened bread is better that way.
Like
Less leavened.
We decided to try like a whole thing. We made our own hummus because I store-bought one. It's really hard to find the no fat. So what we did was we just did the chickpeas. You got to get tahini, which is pretty much just sesame seeds milled together. And then you use your lemon juice and some salt and whatever other spices you want, like garlic. And we put in some crushed chili flakes as well to give it some heat, just some more flavor.
We should make a video to show everybody how to make it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. So it would be just like the pierogi, like do like the pierogi video where you can like set it up and it's like Food Network style.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, let us know if you'd like to see how we did the hummus or any of the dehydrated meals, and we would totally do a video about that. Just let us know in the comments.
So there was hummus, shepherd's pie, and chili. Those were our homemade things.
Our 3 homemade things.
We made another one we didn't bring, and that is dehydrated yogurt, which is delicious.
We'll show that in a different video.
Yeah. So we did a whole bunch of dehydrated before we went. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We should definitely do that.
Yeah, let us know if there's a specific one that you'd want to see, and we'll do a video about it.
Might do it anyways. Alright, let's get some wood. Took a while, but we got there. Oh, it's got a lot of nuts. Much better. Oh, it's a big bad knot. Oh, I risked it.
Risked it to get the biscuit?
Yeah. I'm done. All right, well, we got the goods. We're gonna get a fire going. So we got some birch bark. We're gonna start with that. I'm gonna try using the fire steel today. I found some really dry stuff tucked away in the woods. A little bit of a bird's nest here, and then some really dry cedar. Split up nice and fine. So get us going. Some of this other stuff isn't not down here, but some of the stuff here isn't the best burning. Balsam fir, and there's some spruce and stuff too, but a lot of it's just, there's so much humidity in there here, it kind of gets a little punky. It should be alright. Oh, look at the mess here. There's another fine one. So usually I use this big old one here. I'm gonna try using the little light my fire ones. And it's actual fire steel or Swedish fire steel. I think it's that brand. Well, since we're kicking back and relaxing, like to talk about what we like to drink when we're kicking back and relaxing. It's important to you know, not overindulge when you're in the woods, but sometimes having a adult beverage is kind of nice. So this year we've both discovered Twisted Tea. It's like a spiked iced tea. It's available in LCBOs. That's where we buy booze in Ontario. And anyways, we thought, why don't we try and make them in the backcountry? So we have Absolute Vodka, citrus. I think it's like lemon.
Yeah.
Lemon, and then we have Country Time lemon iced tea. So those of you folks from the States, in Canada, like all of our iced tea is sweetened. So if you want to get that, make sure you get the sweetened concentrate, not the unsweetened.
The sweet tea.
Sweet tea, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I figured that out for the first time going to Traverse City in Michigan and getting iced tea, and I didn't realize as a kid.
Every Canadian has made that mistake. Every single one. I can guarantee, because I have as a child. You ask for an iced tea and you're like, ooh, what? This is just iced tea. Not exactly what you think it would be, but...
No false advertising, that is what it is.
Takes a lot of sweetener.
So yeah, these are pretty... We make these, it's pretty close to the canned beverage that we buy, so... Yeah, it's good. Dangerously good. So we have our insulated cups here. I like that for this sort of stuff so it doesn't get warm on you, especially when you're using lake water. Got some filtered water in our water bottles. We're going to fill them up pretty much all the way, 20 ounces of water. Actually, wait, 18 ounces of water.
He does his differently. I do liquor, drink mix, water. He does water, liquor, drink mix.
And then 18 ounces of water. I like to do about 4 short bursts with this. But you can do it to taste. It's really potent stuff. There we go. Oh, need some more in there. Okay, more like iced tea. I didn't realize this was open when I was holding it. I'll just get a little bit on my toe. Okay. And I'm gonna put about 1.5, 2 ounces of liquor in here. There's a bit of sweetener in this vodka, and the flavor kind of adds to the lemon iced tea flavor. That's good. That's good. So we've been out for 4 nights. Yeah, I think we've had at least one of these every night each, and we still have a little bit left, so pretty good stuff.
1 or 2, yeah.
1 or 2.
1 or
At least
2.
one.
At least one. At most 2.
Oh, there's my lid. Keep the critters out. Well, we have the dehydrated meat and veggies for our shepherd's pie. We're going to do the same thing as yesterday. We're going to cold soak it. So we're going to pour that into a pot, put water at the same level as the solid stuff until it covers it, and then let it sit for a little bit, probably 15-20 minutes. And it'll soak it in. We'll add more water and then put it in there and stir it and heat it up over the fire. There we go. So that's our shepherd's pie.
Shep pie.
Officially it'd be cottage pie because it has beef, but we call it a sheppy.
Shep.
Shep pie.
So, for the shepherd's pie, we did the same thing. We did ground beef, we boiled it, we dehydrated it, and we also did corn. And then we also dehydrated our own peas, which were cool. They look like little tiny brains when they're dehydrated. I think it's funny. It does not look nice on that side. That's nice.
Alright.
We also have onion soup mix that we're bringing for the shepherd's pie. We're gonna put that in. It's pretty much similar of what we did with the chili mix. It's got a little bit of a thickening agent and a lot more flavor to it that'll add nicely with this. And we also have, what we learned from the first night is we don't need both, but we have instant mashed potatoes, so we have like a butter and herb mixture, but we're gonna put this into here, boil some water, and all you need to do is just put water to it. So we're gonna kind of pipe it into our bowls, which is pretty fun to do. But we realized the first night that we did it, we do not need 4 cups of potatoes. That is way too many cups of potatoes. We were dead by the end of it. We ate it. Hibbert helped a little bit, but we were pretty full by the end of it. So we're only gonna do 1 today to make up for our mistake from last time. Now is water.
It smells good.
There we go. So it looks a little soupy, and we're gonna leave this for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it should thicken up a little bit. We'll add more water after that point and put it on the fire.
When it comes out, it's going to look like a beef pilaf. It's gonna be all fluffed up. No rice, just beef instead of rice. Yeah.
That's looking good. That smells amazing already.
Looking pretty good for looking like dog kibble a little while ago.
Those peas are gonna take a while. That was what we learned from the first time. So I'm hoping the fire is a little bit better, because the peas were not done compared to the other stuff the first time.
I think I over dehydrated them.
I didn't even know you could do that. Find a spot to put it. That's definitely good. Smells delicious.
Nice healthy amount of olive oil. Gives the fat that the meal is deprived of and just to keep things moving.
There we go. Now, I want to do, because our water is done. Potato time! So our water is done. What we do is, you can use your Ziploc bag enough. You maybe only want to use it once for this. Certain ones work better than others without bottoming out, but it's only a little bit of an amount, so it should be fine. But we're gonna add our potato, and then I'm gonna do this on here. Gonna add 2 cups of water.
Boiling water. Also, that one gore's got a lot of hot water in it. It's very hot.
Gonna knead it together to incorporate it, and then we let it sit for a minute before we pipe it into the rest of our goodies. That looks pretty decent. We're just gonna let that sit for a minute.
Good.
Should have did a bigger hole. I dropped some potato. This bag is hot. There we go. I think that's pretty much all of it. There we go. Nice. Looks good. Done. It's nice and thick. Everything's all goopy at the bottom. I'm excited. Let's see if we can scoop it out. Here, hold yours right there.
Sure. I have to try corn.
That's pretty good. I think that these are better over the fire.
Mm-hmm. Always have to cook them for longer, eh?
Mm-hmm. The less potato is nice.
Mm-hmm. Mint. Oh, it has basil from our garden.
Mm-hmm.
Or the planters. That's our house. Not a garden, but the planting group. Is this spider?
Mm-hmm. I don't have it.
This is more.
I really like it.
Really. So I talked about the wreck of the Columbus at Gargantua, but there's two other wrecks around this area too that happened around the same time. The first one I want to talk about is the wreck of the Reliance.
Now the Reliance was another steam vessel around the turn of the century for pulling lumber along Lake Superior. And they pull big booms at the time when they're logging. They cut all these logs along these rivers going in Superior, and they drift down, and then they chain them up around this chain of floating logs and hook it to a boat. And they were coming through storms along this point here, and the waves were freezing onto the hull. Something happened, they lost control. Next thing you know, they're floating adrift in Lake Superior. 30-foot swells push them all around. Next thing you know, they're getting pushed to, I believe it was Caribou Island. A lot of these islands have very large reefs, just like the one out here. So anyways, they're out of control. The ship got thrown, and this is a 200-foot ship, got thrown onto the reef. So now it's sitting on top of the rocks, and it's getting thrown back and forth, swinging back and forth. So anyways, this is middle of nowhere. There's no highway here at the time. So the people start trying to get off the ship, and one lifeboat goes to shore immediately with one gentleman, his wife, and a few other people. And they head their way down towards Agua Bay. Mind you, this is winter, there's snow, it's terrible weather. They're trying to head the other way to Agua Bay to meet the Buznos, who had a homestead there at the time. Now the rest of the ship's crew made it to shelter. Some of them hiked into the Algoma Central Railway, close to Freighter Road, which is also close to Agua Bay. This is very far away. Like, it took Britt and I a whole day just to get here from Garntor Road, which is much closer. So anyways, they hiked in there, and anyways, they called for help, and eventually help came. People got rescued. Unfortunately, 3 folks died in the wreck of the ship, including the captain, Captain McPherson. But then the rest of people got rescued, and then they actually pulled the ship out, and it sailed again for quite some time. Now there's another ship that wasn't quite so lucky, the Lambton. Now the Lambton was a ship that was used for doing supply runs, very similar to the Columbus. So anyways, the Lambton left, and they were with a few other ships, and they're expecting some bad weather, but they're hanging out together, and they got around here. The weather got really bad, but the day before the Lambton, they lost their steering control. So what they had to do is they had to use cables behind their ship. So they're steering with that kind of improvised steering. This storm hit. There were 70-mile-per-hour winds. The water was coming up onto the ships, freezing onto their hulls, weighing them down. And anyways, the 2 other ships went south to shelter close to Whitefish Point. The Lambton decided not to. They wanted to try to make it to Gargantua Harbor. And I guess the one of the other ships, I can't remember the name of it, but they were watching it, and it white out, 10 minutes snow, and it was gone. So they searched for it. There was people said other ships said they had seen it floating around the lake for about a week after that, and it was never found. Presumed that everybody on that ship died, passed away. The ship's probably bombed Lake Superior. But there's still a legend that there may be a ghost ship. One of the lighthouse keepers said that right before the wreck of the Reliance, they saw the figure of the Lambton pop out of the mist and disappear again right before the wreck. So every time I'm up here, I kind of, when it gets misty, I look out there, and it's kind of a little creepy.
Well, it's been a nice, relaxing night. Had a good fire and a good supper. And even though we didn't do much today, we were beat. So I think we're going to be heading to bed shortly. We're going to stay up and do some photography, but last night we got our fill, I think. Yeah, I think. Anyways, good night everybody. See y'all in the morning. Have a nice trek out of here.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. That was a beautiful night. We're heading out today, so we're packing up everything. All of our sleep gear's already put away. Our tent's out still, just in case it rains. We're about to have some breakfast, and then probably going to head on out of here. But absolutely lovely spot. What are you having for breakfast, Brittany?
Cinnamon and apple oatmeal.
Oh yeah. I'm having cocoa and sea salt oatmeal, and we're gonna eat them out of the pack, Joe Robinette style there, because last day don't want to have to deal with dishes right before we leave. We got everything packed up, so zip zip, put them in the garbage, get out of here. So I haven't really shown too much of this, but I have the alcohol stove out here. I've been using that for cooking, and it's maybe I got off of Amazon. It's maybe a company called Red Camp, and I think it's essentially a Trangia alcohol stove.
Works really good.
Yeah, it does. It's a little slower than pressurized gas, but it's quiet.
Yeah.
We definitely overpacked fuel for it, but this thing's new to me, so I'm still learning how much I need for a certain amount of days. And we cooked with the fire too, so that saved us a lot of fuel. But
Yeah. We weren't planning on cooking over the fire. We just happened to do it.
then I brought this full, this Coke bottle. Don't worry, I labeled it poison. But yeah, this is full. So we've only gone through half of it. We used a little bottle in my backpack, little backup bottle. So even that, we aren't even halfway through it. We were thinking about bringing a second one, we weren't sure. So, anyways, yeah, I just pour this in here and light it. I've shown this in a few videos now. It's fun. Gonna do a little under half because we aren't doing a lot of water. No.
I can never tell. There we go. I got it that time. I felt it. Heard the. Did it go out?
I don't know.
Oh, is it lit? There we go. That's lit.
Okay. So I found I kind of have to let this thing start running, warm up for a little bit before putting too much of a load on it, blocking out airflow. I think initially it lights the stuff in the reservoir, and then it heats up the liquid, and I think it boils the liquid and makes it steam out the vent ports on the side, because there's little double walls here from the inside going into those double walls. It kind of sounds like a little bit like a very quiet jet when it's going good.
It's starting to come out of the holes now. You can see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to see in the daylight compared to at night.
Yeah, that is very hard to see. And I always use a windscreen for it because it's just a gentle little flame. There's not much pressure in it.
Doesn't take much to blow it out. I need to wash.
It does. There we go. Should be ready in about 8 minutes or so. We have less than a liter, so it shouldn't take long. All right. Water's boiling. Managed to take down our tent. In the meantime, we're waiting for that to happen.
Normally we eat them in the bag, but we have enough Ziploc bags, and I don't want to eat 3 individual ones, so we're just going to put them all together and eat them out of our Ziploc bags like we did with our potatoes.
Yeah. I'm gonna pipe it into my mouth. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be weird.
Efficient.
Yeah, it would be. Hey, Hibbs, watch it. Don't hit the tripod. Come here. What's this? Yeah, good girl.
She's fighting some beetles that she sees in the
Good
ground.
girl. Thank you. I don't have anything for you right now. I know you like the smell of chocolate. Simply.
Here. Now you have something for her.
Okay, good. Here we go, pups.
I'm going
Here
to
you go.
take the water.
All of our garbage is here. One bag, keep it nice and tidy. We hang with our bear hang and everything. Make sure you bring your garbage out though. We're at Ward Bay. and somebody left their garbage in one of the bear lockers
Boxes.
for food, and like we were the only people that used it. We had everything in a dry bag, but like nobody else had their food in there. But I don't blame them with everything that's going on, and it's garbage. You don't know who it belongs to.
And it was getting to the point where it was like leaking out of the
Yeah.
bag, so you know, like it's been there for a little bit. It just wasn't a comforting thing to see.
No. I'm sure the park doesn't know. I want to go and tell them. I don't want to complain. I just want to let them know.
Because we're in the interior, so they don't necessarily check the interior sites weekly or every day like they do when you're in the campground. They do come here, but they don't need to come here as often as what they do in the campground. So it makes sense that the park would have. Like,
yeah, it's more
no
expensive
idea.
to come here frequently for them because it's
Yeah.
such a big lake and they have to
It's
drive.
so
and-
vast, all the interior backcountry sites that they have. They mainly like boat in maybe once a week or something like that, so they just might not know about those things. Just for people who don't experience a provincial park often, might not understand that either, that the campground is a lot different than the backcountry, where the park staff don't go there. If they left their garbage bag thinking someone will get it soon, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we have to bring your own toilet paper and stuff. Like, there's thunder boxes here, but they don't clean them because at the end of the season they move them. Just a little bit different amenities. But campgrounds don't have showers, so you might as well be here.
You want to throw that in the garbage?
Just realized that we can't shower if we go stay in Iowa.
Oh yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have those open now.
And after this, I want to shower. My
Yeah, I am going home showering.
Oh, you guys just mixed up?
Yep.
Right on.
The lake shower is nice. I did just like wet my hair with it yesterday to make it a little bit more manageable. But
No
it's not
soap.
the same as showering at home.
No soap.
Yeah, I know good soap, and you don't want to use like.
Can't use soap in the lake. Oh yeah, you didn't do it in the lake
I
anyways.
didn't do it in the lake. But even like some people bring their own shampoos and that, but you still don't want to use it in the lake unless it's specified for it. But even then, you don't want to use your camp soaps in the lake too often.
Like camp soap says it's biodegradable, but it's only biodegradable if it's not in water. Like if it dries out.
Yeah, so it doesn't really make sense that they say it's biodegradable when the majority of the time you're using it is in wetness in the water.
Yeah, it was kind of misleading. It's still bad for the fish, insects. So if there's anybody that watches these videos that dehydrates food at home, if they know anything better than Ziploc bags to put in, something you can reuse, like a heavier duty bag that will hold up better, that'd be great. Because you know, I expect to go through at least one of these for garbage. Oh, hey, Britt, this way, come. This way, come on, get on it. I expect to go through one of these at least as a garbage bag, but I'd rather not have to go through some of the bags I put the food in. They get holes in them and stuff, and they can't be reused for the same purpose. So if anybody knows of anything, any product out there like that that could help lessen my footprint when it comes to these trips, that'd be great. Let's see. Did I put enough water? Mm-hmm.
It just looks weird outside of the bag.
Mm-hmm. Well, everything's all packed up. We're fed. We all got way less weight coming out. It's gonna be nice. So we're gonna head on out of here. I'm a little sore. I'm very smelly. And it's time to go home and take a shower. So yeah, I went for a few little dips there, but it wasn't enough there.
Not the same.
My 72-hour antiperspirant ran out. But thanks for watching, everybody. It was a lot of fun. We had a great weekend. I hope you folks enjoyed the video too. I think it'll come out pretty nice. And yeah, I'd like to continue exploring the shore here and talking about the human history.
and geology and plants and whatever you folks want to hear. So yeah, don't forget to let me know if there's anything you're interested in these sorts of my region. I can show you folks that talk about it, all that sort of stuff. So I realize I've got fans from all over the world, and we all do things a little bit differently, and where we live is a little bit different, and it's kind of neat to share that stuff too. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Well, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's go.
Okay, alright, I'll get his back on. Alright, head stick. Sit. I get my bag on.
Obviously, you're making it difficult for me.
Sorry about that. Alright, bye everybody. Just hoofing it.
Huh?
Just hoofing it.
Yeah.
We're at Ward Bay now. Just cruising. Came out of there. And now we're going there.
There's another house on Devil's Warehouse.
There is a house there. Huh. Yeah. I wish. And here we are crossing the Gargantua River on our way back. Beautiful view.